Okay, what's up, YouTube? You know who it is. It's Space Crypto coming at you again. Remember to leave a like. Remember to share. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Check out my social media. Links are in the description. Links are also at the bottom of this video. I want to talk a little bit about Game Zone. Now, this has been the number one thing that KCC has been pushing on the Telegram. And I really want to talk about it. It's very interesting. I think it's opening up a whole new sphere within crypto, within dapps, and obviously this whole IGO thing, launchpad thing. And GameZone is a project that was actually developed by Bluezilla, the same people that developed KCC Pad, Tron Pad, ETH Pad, BSC Pad. So now they're coming out with GameZone. GameZone is a little bit different from the others though, because it's really going to be focused on blockchain gaming. Now, as you know, NFTs are becoming a real huge thing, and blockchain, and obviously that's like I think the next evolution in crypto, in blockchain and DeFi / dapps. NFTs I think is the next evolution within that, and gaming is going to be a huge part of that as well, because what would be bigger than having NFTs within games. I think that would be a huge evolution, a step in the right direction for video games and also for blockchain. This is a very interesting idea, and I've just been reading up on it, just been trying to understand fully exactly what's the plans are for Game Zone, and Game Zone seems very interesting. Now, blockchain-based games are booming. There's a lot of different blockchain-based games. Obviously, one game that I always talk about is Steam Monsters. We also have other games as well. Other blockchain games. Some more than others are more heavily blockchain focused. But we can talk about Immutable. Immutable is another blockchain game. I think is it Immutable? I think it's Immutable. I'm not 100% sure. But Immutable is if the name of it is Immutable, it's a card game similar to Steam Monsters, but that game as well is a huge title that's been growing over the past year or so. So it came out after Steam Monsters. It took a lot of influence from Steam Monsters. It's different, has its own thing to it, but that's also a blockchain game, and I think what I'm gonna be doing, my gaming channel, link to that is in the description. But let's talk a little bit about Game Zone. So obviously, as I said, blockchain-based games are booming thanks to the advent of the wildly successful play-to-earn model and vastly improved accessibility in recent months. So next-gen support, obviously, once a purely Ethereum-based affair, right? Blockchain-powered games have now gone cross-chain, right? Promising titles are being developed on many of the prominent dapp-capable blockchains, right? So obviously, you can see right here that it's planning to support games on multiple blockchains, not just Ethereum or BSC or whatever, but all the different chains that have blockchain gaming being a huge part of it. Obviously we see a lot of different chains adopting blockchain gaming, right? So Game Zone aims to support all those different chains and support developers that are developing games on all these different chains. It is a launch pad, so obviously they're gonna be providing support, funding, things of that nature. Obviously, it's gonna be it's gonna provide the same service just like the other launch pads have provided, which is just obviously being able to get into these projects early, invest early. It's going to also vet these projects to make sure that they're not scams, audit their contract, make sure contracts are secure, stuff like that. And essentially, you're going to have a token that you can stake, and the more you stake, more of those tokens you stake, the more allocations you get to invest, to go into a lot of these different projects. Just like all the launch pads, obviously, you're gonna have constant new games coming out that you can get behind and stuff like that and support. So it's definitely gonna be something that you guys definitely gotta look into. I'm very excited about this one actually, and I plan to actually buy a few tokens. I did not get into the IDO on KCC pad, and man, I missed out on that one. I don't know what this did, but I wouldn't be surprised if this did 100K, or has done 100K up to this point. Not sure, but 100x, my bad, not 100K, 100x. Not sure if it has done that as yet, but definitely, man, like if you was able to get in this low market cap, you should definitely hold these, because these are going to be huge. Even if you're up 100x, I think you could go 1,000x with this. I mean, this is pretty insane. Game Zone, definitely. Let your imagination run wild, and obviously they got like a grant program. So Game Zone is on the hunt for the next generation of blockchain games and potential play to earn unicorns. So if you think your project has disruptive potential or could be poised to deliver groundbreaking and innovative experiences to a ready and waiting industry, we're here to make it happen. So obviously they're doing like grants, for like developers, stuff like that. Like if let's say you're a developer and you feel like you can make a game, a blockchain based game that's gonna really shake up blockchain based gaming, this is the opportunity for you. This is the opportunity for you to get that grant. Obviously, we've seen other projects also do, this kind of grant, this grant thing where, we've seen Gitcoin and different projects really are helping out developers, new developers to the space, people that are ambitious to grow the space. Because ultimately, let's be real, when you help people, people that have brilliant ideas and people that have concepts and stuff like that, and you assist them, to achieve those goals, is ultimately going to be better for all of us. So I like this by Bluezilla Game Zone. I like that they're offering this to, new developers and stuff like that, people that are ambitious and stuff like that. And yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, like, obviously, if you're a developer, you watch this video, apply for the grant. It's a grant. You don't have to pay it back. So, apply for it and use it, build up a development team, whatever, and do your thing. Let me kind of read this a little bit. So it says, when you're at the earliest stage of design and conception, an established project simply looking to step up your game or something in between, Game Zone provides solutions to take your project to the final level. With the launch of Game Zone Level 2, incubated projects will be able to benefit from a wide range of bespoke and white label solutions, potentially including a decentralized marketplace, NFT lending and scholarships, revenue sharing, and tutorial-based according modules, right? Holistic end-to-end solution built to supercharge the growth and development of blockchain-enabled games. Game Zone is set to fuel the utility and adoption of major blockchain games. So obviously, and the staking is a little bit different from KCC pad. I recognize they have the tiers are different. And obviously, as you guys know, KCTC pad tiers are ridiculous. I mean, like 50,000 for the is it the bronze tier they call it? I don't know. Like, but the third tier would be 50,000, not $50,000, but 50,000 KCC pad. Second tier is 100,000 KCC pad, and the top tier is 200,000 KCC pad tokens. So you're looking at right now at the prices. I mean, you're looking at to get into even just the bottom tier, you're looking at somewhere around $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 just to get into the bottom tier. Not sure how that is here, but they do kind of put a high. I mean, this is just Bluezilla's. This has always been their strategy. This has always been how they do things. They always make it very difficult and very expensive to stake and to not to stake, but to get allocation to invest in these projects. They make it very expensive. They make the tokens, they make the staking very expensive. Not staking. I keep saying staking, but they make the allocation requirements very expensive. Right? They made the allocation requirements very expensive. Obviously, you can stake with any amount. You can stake with any amount, but in order for you to get the allocation, this is the amount that you have to stake. You know what I'm saying? But this one, as opposed to the previous ones that I've talked about, whether it be BSC pad, Tron pad, KCC pad, this one has some perks more so than the others. And I mean, if you look at even just to stake 1,000 G zone, right? You get early access to play earn games, right? To play the earn game. My bad. Early access to new games, beta version, and expansions. Chance of free gaming NFT airdrops, right? Early access to new game zone features, right? And then for the second tier, it has everything that the starter tier has, but it also has access to gaming NFT offerings with standard allocations, right? Let me look at that. Now they're saying increased chance of free gaming NFT airdrop, so they're increasing the chance, right? And obviously they're saying access to IGOs with standard allocation, right? They're giving you access to IGOs with standard allocation. And then the God mode tier, right? The God mode tier is adding some crazy stuff as well. So it gives you the highest chance of free gaming NFT airdrops, highest chance of free gaming token airdrops, access to NFT offerings with upgraded allocation, right? Access to IGOs with upgraded allocation, access to IGO FCFS rounds, right? And early access to new game zone features, man. So this is pretty crazy. See what I'm saying? So essentially, depending on your tier, explain it right here, but depending on your tier, it's gonna do this for you. You're gonna get these features, so that's pretty crazy. And they're saying bootstrap your player base, building great games take time, inspiration, coordination, and focus on what you do best, and leave the rest to us, right? As a platform for non-fungible tokens and blockchain-enabled games, Game Zone allows promising new game startups to raise the capital necessary to accelerate development while simultaneously bootstrapping their initial player base and earliest evangelists. So basically, it's saying, all you need to do is focus on what you do best, which is making your blockchain-based game. They'll do the rest. They obviously you put in your project on Game Zone is going to give you a player base naturally, right? Because there's going to be already people invested into it, right? So people are going to want to test it and obviously do beta testing and stuff like that. So you're already going to have fans. You're already going to have people that are going to be playing your game. Like, that's going to be trying to find out about your game and giving feedback and stuff like that. So you already going to lock in your player base. You're going to also get, the revenue required to really expand game development, stuff like that. So this whole thing that they're saying, listen, like, all you need to do is focus on what you do best, and they'll take care of the rest. essentially. So I mean, Game Zone, I think, is going to be great for just pushing the space forward. I've been talking about blockchain based gaming for a long time. I never fully understood it, and I never really came up with a whole solution to how it would even work. I think the idea of NFTs and non fungible tokens, we've seen that happen with Steam Monsters. Steam Monsters been out for years. I think Steam Monsters is really, if you really want to be real about it, Steam Monsters is probably the first major NFT game. If you want to be real about it, because Steam Monsters been out 2018 around that time. We're talking about over 3 years now. I mean, there's been other stuff on ETH, and obviously I guess maybe you could say, actually, I wouldn't say Steam Monsters is the first major one, because if you really think about it, we had Tron Dogs, right? Even though I don't know if that came out after Steam Monsters, but then we also had another we had Blockchain Cuties, right? But then there was another one, man, on ETH, the original. I don't think it's Blockchain Cuties. I do not think it's Blockchain Cuties. There's an original one on ETH. I think that one was the very, very, very first one. You guys can hit me up on that. But I mean, listen, man, this is still a huge thing right here, and I'm really happy to see this. And obviously they're saying the long-term survival of the blockchain space and many of the projects building it in it largely depends on the sustainability of their token distribution model, right? So obviously they're still doing the early on staking fee of 20 up to 25%. Yeah, I mean, once you and that's another thing I needed to touch on with all these Bluezilla projects, whether it be KCC Pad, Tron Pad, BSC Pad. The thing with the staking is that when you restake, that 25% fee becomes applicable again. That happened to me a couple weeks back. Actually, maybe over a month ago or so. I figured it out, so it's not a problem anymore. But I remember when I staked my KCC Pad tokens and I restaked. I kept on restaking, right? But what was happening, because I was constantly restaking the tokens, the 25% on staking fee got reset. You get what I'm saying? So every time you restake, you have to wait 21 days if you want to on stake and not pay that 25. Well, not pay a fee. If as you get closer to 21 days, the fee goes down. So if you wait 7 days, it goes down to, I think, 10%. If you wait 14 days, and it goes down to 5%. And then when you hit 21 days, you don't pay any fees to on stake. But that's something you got to think about whenever you restake. So whenever you try to compound your stakes, then just remember that 25% fee goes back. So you gotta have to wait 21 days if you want to on stake. So that's pretty important to note. Yeah. So then the tokenomics, they're just talking about tokenomics of G Zone tokens. So the allocation to the team is gonna get 12%. The advisors, right, is gonna 6% is gonna be given to the advisors, right? 15% for liquidity, right? Ecosystem, and I'm glad that they're being transparent about this. Ecosystem 15%, reserve 5%, right? And then obviously allocation right here, they're saying just a continuation. So they're saying staking is gonna be 15%. Private sale, 20%. Public sale, 11%. Airdrop, 1%. Right? So this is how the token is going to be allocated. They're being transparent about this. They're telling you, listen, a lot of these tokens are going to go to the team. A lot of them are going to go to the advisors. 15% is going to go to liquidity, which is important, 15% to the whole ecosystem. Make sure the ecosystem is okay. 5% for reserve, right? And then we're going to give away, we're going to allow up to 15% of the tokens to be staked, right? And, that's interesting. Obviously, that's going to affect the price, meaning that it's only 15% of the tokens that are going to be staked. But they're being transparent about this. They're definitely being transparent about this. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I mean, and they're saying games on the next project and lose the ecosystem, and they explain everything right here. But tell me what you guys think about Game Zone. Game Zone is very interesting, man. Like, I'm very stoked about games. I did not get into IDO, as I said, but I'm looking at the price of this token. I'm gonna see if I can get it on the cheap. But anyway, say have a great day. Pace Crypto sign out. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out more videos. Remember to leave a like, share this video. Check out my description. Links are in the description to my social media. Have a great day. Pace Crypto sign out. Peace.